Okay. So this is question number 5 from October-November 2012, paper 22. The graph in figure 5.1 shows the concentration of nicotine, one of the drug, in the blood of a person before, during, and after smoking the cigarette. So see here in this graph, first notice that this is the independent variable, that is time, and this is the dependent variable, the concentration of nicotine in the blood, and whatever the unit, so they have mentioned that arbitrary unit. Okay, now see, from here to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means each division is equal to 2 minutes because unit of time is minute. So 2 minutes, if you observe that here the person start smoking the cigarette. So if it start here, so this is about 10 or 11 minute. No, exactly 10, sorry. So again, read this. The graph in figure 5.1 shows the concentration of nicotine in the blood of a person before, during, and after smoking of the cigarette. So how can we find that whether this is during the smoking or after the smoking? First, we see the question. Use figure 5.1 to find the time taken for the person to smoke the cigarette. Means you have to find out that how much time he has taken to finish his cigarette. So if you observe that from here, when it starts, nicotine in his blood, the concentration of nicotine in his blood starts to rise and it reaches to the peak at this point. And this is 20. So 10 to 20 means it is about 10 minutes. But not necessary that when he stops smoking and immediately it goes down. Possible is that he may stop at this point or he may stop at this point. So either you write 10 minutes or 11 minutes, both are acceptable answer. 10 or 11 minutes. And must mention the unit as well. Suggest why the concentration of nicotine in the person's blood was not zero before starting to smoke the cigarette. See here, he has started smoking here, but before this, the concentration of nicotine was not there, was not zero. It means some of the nicotine was in his concentration. And when he stops the smoking, then concentration decreases. So what could be the possible reason? There are several reasons for for this, that a smoker may have recently smoked, and means one reason could be the smoker may have or might have smoked recently. This is one of the reason. And another reason, suppose this person has taken the cigarette first time, he has smoked first time. Even it may contain some of the nicotine. Why? because of the passive smoking. What is passive smoking? Do you know? Passive smoking means a
There are other
person,
people around smoking.
yes, a person usually do not smoke himself, but the people around him or her are a smoker. So due to the passive making, nicotine could be there. Okay. Now the next question. Name two components of the cigarette smoke other than nicotine. They have discussed the nicotine, now two other components that may be harmful to the person. For each component, state the harm that it may cause. Okay. So what are the two other substances? One of them is the carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide. Why it is harmful? Actually, that you will study in detail in A level, that it plays a very uh, deteriorating effect on electron transport chain in respiration. Okay, but in O level, because we have not learned about electron transport chain, so we can discuss in simple ways. So what happens? It causes, means carbon monoxide causes or you can say it affects on absorption of oxygen. Remember that when we respire, we inhale the whole air. So when we inhale the whole air, and in lungs there are alveoli which are supplied with blood capillaries, and in the blood hemoglobin is there that absorb oxygen. If there would be carbon monoxide, then carbon monoxide has more affinity towards hemoglobin as compared to oxygen. So preferably carbon monoxide will bind to the hemoglobin. So instead of oxygen, carbon monoxide will be transported. So this is one of the reason. Secondly, it may cause fatty deposit in the wall. And it may it may prevent the loss of carbon dioxide from the blood. It also prevent loss of carbon dioxide from blood. Component 2 is the tar. Tar is a chemical. What it causes? It is carcinogen. It has carcinogenic properties. Tar is one of the carcinogen. What is carcinogen? It is a chemical that causes cancer, and especially here, the lung cancer. So it is one of the reason that we should avoid smoking. It damages the, and another answer that could be there, tar damage, it damages the alveoli, or you can write alveolar walls, alveolar walls.
But sir, isn't that called the emphysema?
Yes, ultimately causes emphysema. You're right.
Okay.
Now, this is the next component question of the same 5D. Figure 5.2 shows the blood pressure of the person over the same period. If you see the blood pressure rises after 10 minutes, it increases. So you can see the blood pressure remains high for the long time. He takes only 10 minutes for a smoke, but 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, even until 40 minutes, the blood pressure is not normal. Use figure 5.2 to describe effects of smoking the cigarette on this person's blood pressure. So as the diagram shows, smoking increases the blood pressure and followed by the decrease there when he stops smoking. See, he starts smoking on 10 minutes, and when he stops the smoking here, or here, then the blood pressure decreases. So we have to mention both of these. Blood pressure increases when a person starts smoking. And decreases when he stops. But another important thing that we should note that the rate of decrease is lesser. Blood pressure increases. It increases fast when a person starts smoking and decreases when he stops smoking at or after 20 minutes. You can write after 20 minute in graph. Mention that after 20 minute in graph, not after 20 minute of the smoking. If we are writing this sentence, then we should mention that in graph. Suggest how smoking a cigarette resulted in this effect of blood pressure. So the possible reason of increase in blood pressure is the constriction of the arteries. The diameter, internal diameter of the arteries becomes lesser, and there could be the deposition of fats. But the main reason, and another thing, that heart pumps harder or faster. So there could be multiple reasons. They have asked only one reason. Smoking causes constriction of arterioles even you can write arteries. Arteries and so heart pumps harder. Definitely, if it was the normal diameter of the artery and due to the smoking, the diameter of the artery becomes thin, the lumen becomes narrower. So definitely to pass blood through these arteries, it is difficult. So heart has to pump harder to maintain the blood supply all over the body. Suggests possible harmful effect of change in blood pressure. And this is the well-known fact that increase in blood pressure causes several effects. The prolonged raise of blood pressure damage the capillaries and ultimately it can damage the kidneys, brain, bad effects on heart. So many harmful effects are there. So the most important one is the high blood pressure damages the capillaries, the blood capillaries, which ultimately causes brain hemorrhage. Okay, so brain hemorrhage. So brain hemorrhage is definitely causing very detrimental effect. A person may die. He may be paralyzed or damage to kidney that sometimes leads to kidney failure. It may cause um, some heart problems and so many other problems can be there just because of the blood pressure. Remember that blood pressure is not a disease, but it is a mother of diseases. So we should maintain our blood pressure. It should not be higher due to any reason. So we should immediately contact our physician if persistently we have the problem of hypertension. Okay, so that was the last part of this question.